Pisces. Hi, I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you're coming back, then obviously welcome back. My name is Adrian Nelson. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. And before starting your October readings, I thought, let's just see what's happening here for you towards the end of September. You know, energetically, there's been a lot happening. And especially for you, Pisces, because you so easily take on other people's emotions. For you especially, I wanted to, let's see what's happening here in energy for you at the moment. Remember, it's obviously a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. Let's get started. For any of you that might be interested in, mind unlocking, psychic development, all those beautiful things, I've got an 8-week course that is running across October and November. And excellent rate, by the way. And all that information is available on my Facebook page, and there's a link for my Facebook page down below in the description. Okay. Let's see, we're going to first focus, before we look at all the other things, Pisces, we're going to look at what are the things that you've been doing well so far, all right? I like to start off with positive. So let's see what are the things that you've been doing well so far. Because also, it's actually very good to know what it is that we've been doing well so far, because when we know what it is that we've been doing well and what has been to our benefit, then we can continue with it. Hey Freya, thank you. Let's see. No. Doom. Pisces. Nope. Maybe some of you have been doing a lot of things really, really good. There we go. And you got 3 cards. Okay, so maybe some of you have been very good. And also with number 3, it's sort of like celebrating, which is beautiful, that power of 3, that inner, of who you are, mind, body, and spirit, mind, body, and soul. In religion, or in Christianity rather, it's sometimes called Father, Son, Holy Spirit. But it's about realizing that there's so much more to you than just sort of like, this chop box sort of thing that the world often puts us. But I feel also sometimes, Pisces, I feel that for some of you, your life part number 3, Freya? Amazing. My life part number is 8, which is like half a 3, so 3 and 3 together, So this is a space where I feel for some of you, maybe the energy has been quite intense, which will make sense because we've had those 6 retrogrades that were taking place recently, and we came from that Virgo energy into Libra energy, which is all really beautiful energies, but it's really powerful. We're heading towards the eclipse season, and obviously at this time as well, it's also the full moon, so there's a lot of really powerful energy going on. And sometimes for you, Pisces, you can feel overwhelmed by any sort of energy, really, because you just naturally tapped in. You're that natural empath, which makes you beautiful because you are able to sort of see what other people don't see. But this is advice that I always give to Pisces especially, is that when you're feeling down, depressed, overwhelmed, can't breathe, that sort of thing, just pause for a moment and just reflect. Is this your energy that you're feeling, or is this maybe some other people's energy that you've picked up along the way? It's all about that energy protection. It's so important. But you've got the 7 of Earth, which is the 7 of Pentacles. You've got the 4 of Earth, which is the 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Air, which is the 7 of Swords. So first of all, 7, if you look at almost any practice, spirituality, shamanism, whatever, the number 7 is a very powerful number because it brings you to that space where everything is ready to go to that next space. All right, so it's about getting that balance, basically. It's like that perfect balance that's happening. Okay. And so with 7 on the side, let's just think about this for a moment. So 7, stability, or rather potential, and in the middle, stability. And what this is telling me is that you are coming from a balanced space, which is fantastic. Okay, so for those of you that might have been concerned, say maybe about earthly possessions and those sort of things, there's a beautiful balance coming over there. And I feel that for some of you there might be a little bit of a space where it feels a little bit hurtful. Maybe you could have been victim to maybe some sort of, gossip or other people's vibes or something like that. I feel that you're moving past that as well. It's I like this, Pisces, because for some of you, you might have had something, maybe either somebody said something or something came to you, oh, that person said that about you, that sort of thing. Something that might have broken your spirit before, that maybe didn't touch you so much these days, and you may not even have been aware of it. Maybe you were busy, but I want to ask you to just take a moment to just think about it. This happened and it didn't break you the way it would have broken you before, which means that you have grown. It's amazing. Sometimes we don't even notice it. Right, let's do your tarot. We're using the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot by US Games. There's links in the description for all my decks that I use. I think it's time for some more. It's time for some new ones. There we go. Ooh, that feels good. Current space, where you are at the moment, Death card. That's right. Let's hit it right in there. This is transformation. People often misunderstand the Death card completely. I think the Death and the Tower card are probably like the two most misunderstood cards, which actually got me into tarot in the first place. Because I would remember you watch TV and there's normally like some, gypsy that's all done up and they go like, death, boom, 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 boom. Very dramatic music. But the Death card's about transformation. In actual fact, it's really good news. It carries that number 13 energy with it. And number 13, when you look at it again, look at this, it all comes back again. Number 1, new start. Number 3, that we spoke about, that inner strength. And 4, it's about stability. And remember that stability was right in the middle of these 4 cards that came out. And where you currently are at the moment as well, stability. Okay, if you're interested in learning tarot, I also have an online tarot reading course. There's a link in the description for it. Okay, oops, okay. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna get that. When a card falls to the floor, I know it's a powerful message. And look at this. Crossing the Death card there for you, we've got the Ace of Wands, divine intervention, breakthrough. This is your dreams catching momentum. And I'm talking about real momentum, not like whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm talking about leapfrogs, okay? But I want you to understand this as well, because I think what sometimes happens, especially when you get aces, go like, oh, divine intervention, God is smiling upon you, that sort of thing. God is always smiling upon you. You are a manifestation of the desires of the heart, of source, of the universe. The universe wants you to be successful, but we can only experience divine intervention, blessings, miracles, synchronicities, serendipity, all those wonderful things. You can only experience it to the level that you are vibrationally vibing at. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm letting you know is that even though you might have the experience of divine intervention, because there's a beautiful opening of the heart that's taking place over here, it's almost like you might have been looking for things at other places, other people, so that person knows their stuff, that person knows their stuff, that type of vibe. But I find that you found the, it's like the magic switch. You found the magic switch and you realize that it's within you. So this is a beautiful heart opening. I did have in the previous reading that it seemed like some of you, I can't remember exactly what it is now. It was either twin flame or new love. I think it was twin flame. I can't remember. But the last reading, we were also speaking about how some of you might have been called a little bit to halt, so maybe you were sick or delayed or something like that. And I feel that your energy just needed to realign there a little bit. It's almost like for some of you, it's almost like energetically you might have been standing in your own way there for a while. And you stopped it, you came out of that. And this is a space of that new beginnings now. This is a very good space. I love that. And again, I want to remind you that it's you that brought yourself to that space. So when you see wonderful things happening, you like what's happening, all those wonderful things that happens, just sort of give yourself that inner sort of nudge, that inner sort of, I did that, you claimed that, I did that. And know that if you can do it once, you can always do it again. That is why I always encourage people to look at what changed before the situation changed, whether it's good or whether it's bad. What changed? What did you do differently? Because whatever you did differently, that led to the outcome. And whatever you did differently, you did it really, really good. Okay. Now, let's see what's supporting this energy for you. Okay. Oh, all right. I feel that some of you have the experience, they're almost like a near miss, so to speak. Almost like it could feel almost like you missed out on something really good. All right. But that might be your feel, but it's almost like there was something better available. And so this is what happens sometimes. That remember, the universe is going to pay attention to your biggest overall sort of thing that you want. Okay, and so sometimes when things start coming up, we think of that as the actual manifestation when there is the indication that it's coming. And if you latch onto that and you, oh, I'm so grateful for this, I'm going to hold on to this, then you miss the big thing, you know. So instead of getting a slice of the pie, this is the whole pie with the dish. Okay, so that's what I feel for you. But let's see in your foundation. Okay. That's going to take these two that came out. King of Pentacles, beautiful, and Two of Pentacles. So if you have been challenged maybe with standing up for yourself, claiming your space, that is all about to change for you. And the wonderful thing is as that changes, our self-love changes, our self-respect changes, our confidence changes, our opinion about ourselves changes in a positive way, the natural and almost like the first sort of next step after that is money. Ka-ching, ka-ching. You know, because when you feel better about yourself, that automatically means that you've got a better sort of like relationship with the energy of money. So it just comes into your life. So if you've maybe been concerned about money, you've got lots of two cards coming out here. If you've maybe been concerned about money, it's sort of just coming. And for some of you, this may already have started. And what brought you here? The Tower and the Hangman. So some of you were going through some really big challenges here. And you... I feel that you sort of went through them alone, but it's because you didn't speak about it. It's all fine and well, but you know, and this is the thing, Pisces, and this is where sometimes you get a bit challenged, and I get that as well because I'm a Cancerian and I can be like that as well. That I don't sort of want to saddle other people with my problems, you know. But then what sometimes happens is that help is very available, but you know, sometimes we feel alone, but it's because you are actually drawing yourself away from things. Okay, and a nice way to, because remember, you just want to speak to the essence of life, and it can still be difficult to speak to people sometimes, but you know, maybe get yourself a plant and speak to the plant, because remember, the plant is still an essence of life. And I must tell you that about a year ago or something like that, I was doing research because I was doing a crystal healing course for, you know, one of these big corporate companies. And the one thing that I came across, and it literally, now some of you may have heard me say this before, but it was such a momentous moment for me. It brought me to silence, and it literally made me start crying when, you know, it was explained obviously that, you know, a couple of billion years ago, planet Earth didn't exist. You know, it was just free-flowing gases flowing through air and sort of like dust particles and stuff, and then gravity pulled it together. Eventually there was a planet. Fast forward a couple of billion years more, life started to spring from the earth. Animals, plants, humans, you know, we are all the same expression of life. So if it's maybe difficult for you to speak to people, get yourself a plant. Speak to the plant, because you're still speaking to the essence of life, you know. Let's see what is crowning you at the moment. Did you see that was a little bit wild? Knight of Cups in reverse. Some of you are turning away from advice that's available here for you. You know, help that's available for you, but also it's like you've got difficulty trusting someone here. And I do feel that that is justified. I'm going to use another deck of cards just to draw you a card on that. Okay, that came out right away. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. This is interesting. This is almost like an unlikely sort of ally, where you might think that somebody really doesn't have your back at all, like they would rather see you sink. But in actual fact, they've got your greatest good at heart. Okay, these cards are just doing their own thing now. What is potentially heading your way? Four of Cups in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. Okay? Don't be close to new things. I feel that for some of you, it's almost like Again, it's like placing yourself inside of that box. Now, I'm obviously not recommending that you just go out there and free flow with your heart or anything like that, because I believe that as human beings, we are responsible for ourselves, first and foremost, actually. But when we sometimes go in a space and we say something is in lines of, I'm just never going to trust anyone again, or it's better if I just go on my own, or stuff like that. Remember, life is always listening. And sometimes, you want to be very specific. You want to be like, okay, I'm not going to trust that person again, or I won't trust somebody in that sort of capacity again. You want to be very clear about that. Because when you say, I'm just going to roll on my own and I'm not going to worry about anything, you're sort of cutting yourself off of everything. Because remember that you are part of everything and everything is part of you. And when you say, I want nothing to do with anyone, this is just me and I'm alone, you are actually cutting yourself off from the entire universe that is so able to help you. So be mindful of that, Pisces. So I know when we are hurtful, we are hurting, sometimes it happens, but be careful, okay? Let's create some overall energies just for you. You've got the Two of Swords and you've got the King of Swords, okay? Things don't have to stay as difficult as they are right now. For many of you, this is a space where you have already arrived. And this is what I'm getting, Pisces. It's almost like for some of you, maybe you spoke your mind or your opinion, and it's almost like somebody shut you down. Maybe not even by words, maybe just with sort of like a look or something like that. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, I see for you the Lovers. And the Lovers used to be called choice, and it's that sense of you flowing into balance with life, into balance with yourself, into balance with the universe. Okay, let's see if God could send you an email, what God would say to you. God, source of all. Right here. So you're growing into your strength. Okay. So some of you might feel like, oh my goodness, I'm making all these mistakes. You are growing into your strength. And you know what? Here's the thing. And look at what's at the bottom of the deck. You've got the Sun card, the highest vibrational energy. So amazing. Sometimes it's very difficult in life to sort of just say, okay, I'm just going to put myself first and I'm going to stand in my power and all those sort of things, when you are naturally so considerate towards others because you don't want other people to be hurt. Okay? And I like that about you, because where a lot of people will say that emotions are weakness and stuff like that, I feel that it's driving you straight, bullseye, into all the beauty that your life can unfold, because you are leading with love. All right, you are leading with love. Just be sure that that leading with love also considers you. Okay, because one of the things that really catches up with you easily, Pisces, is that you are, with your beautiful energy, you are so there for everybody else that you sometimes forget about you, and that's how you fall out of balance. And then those people go forward, and then you almost feel like nobody's there for you. But if you don't let people know that, hey, I need some help, I need some support, that sort of thing, I need you to hold me so I can cry, then they don't know that, because they think you're this very strong person. Because what you do sometimes, Pisces, as a almost like instinctive protective mechanism, people often think that you are the strong person that really doesn't need support. So you want to be careful of maybe giving that message across, because I feel that there are people that want to maybe be there for you, but they also feel like they don't want to impose. They think that you're okay. They're probably saying like, they'll say something, okay? There's prosperity heading your way. So there's definitely money heading your way. If you've been maybe running a little bit short on money, or you had to like do that sort of budget 3 or 4 times, there's a breathing space coming in here for you. Okay, it's like a faucet that opens, so there's a flow. Don't be afraid to shine. One of the things that is holding you back, that is strongly holding you back, is that many of you are afraid to shine. Okay. If you were born to take center stage, you were born to take center stage. A Pisces that shines very beautifully is Celine Dion. It's about you. You have to find a resonance with your dream within yourself, and then shine that beauty outwards. Okay. Yes, I know that people's always going to have something to say, but because we know that people's always going to have something to say, you can just as well be happy first. Okay? And I mean, I'm not talking about being selfish, because Pisces, I don't think you are able to be selfish. Going forward, there's a lot of release from the past for you, which is wonderful. There's forgiveness. There's you. I feel that for some of you, you haven't been all that nice maybe to yourself throughout life. And there's a sense of you kind of getting you back, which is great. Let's look at a quick message from the universe for you before we draw an oracle card. I always like doing your reading when I do them last, because this is your one, so I'm done with everybody else and I can really take my time with it. Maybe I've got a soft spot for you guys as well. My mother's a Pisces, and you know, very good friends I have, very, very beautiful people that I have. Everybody, like a lot of, because Pisces, sometimes you're very easily misunderstood. So a lot of people will say like, oh, I don't like that person. I'm like, oh no, I like them. You know, I get them, I like them. It's ooh, nice. So we've got the Fool, the Five of Pentacles, and the Tower. New beginnings. Okay? Again, don't sell yourself short. Even if everybody else thinks that you're a loser, it's okay, as long as you don't believe that you're a loser. All right? I'm not saying that that's what you believe. I'm just saying, become like your own biggest, like, you know, like your own cheerleader. All right? Celine Dion is amazing. I have to, you know, let me tell you something about, okay, let me first do you the tarot. So things are a bit challenging here for you at the moment, but this is it's a breaking open space. It's deep emotional and even probably generational wounds that are being healed for you at the moment. And you know, this is the beautiful thing about healing. You're not only healing the generational pattern, you are also changing the future, because when you change, everybody else changes around you. So that healing that you are doing, and it makes sense for you to take some time to do that, because as you find a balance within yourself, you have more to give to others. That's the beautiful thing about it. You know what I like about Celine Dion? Freya said that Celine Dion's her daughter's, I think you said oldest fan. I remember the first time I heard Celine Dion, like now, so me, I'm normally a little bit out of touch with the world, like things that are happening, you know. And I remember it was Because You Loved Me. And I remember I had my back turned to the television. I was very young at the time. And I heard this voice and I turned around and I said to my sister, who is that? You know, and she's like, it's Celine Dion, that lady that sang Beauty and the Beast. And obviously I didn't know that either. But you know, it's that essence, and this is what you have, Pisces, you know. When you are beautifully just focused on love and the greatest good of all, it's like you can channel this beautiful energy, and it doesn't really matter what you do, it's always beautiful, okay? And that is the potential that you have. So, and if you want to claim that for yourself, you know, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and claim that for yourself, okay? Let's see what we've got as oracle energy that takes you from September into October. Tiger's Eye, courage. Tiger's Eye is also about sort of body balance, you know, which is very important. It came out a lot in the Aquarius reading. It's you know, so it's almost like it unlocks this magic that the body has automatically, which is amazing. All right. So all in all, Pisces, I really like this. You know, sometimes I get a little bit concerned about your readings, but, you know, there are still some concerns here and there. But all in all, I see you heading in a very positive direction. And I love that so much for you. Okay? So that's what I got for you. I hope that it resonates. I really appreciate you liking the video because it helps my channel to grow. Also, obviously, remember to hit that subscribe button and notification so that you see when your next readings are coming out. But from my heart, namaste. Love and light, beautiful souls of infinite potential.